We're going live. I don't know if we're live or not. All right, so this says we're live. All right, everyone. Hey, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm accompanied by a bunch of people.
A plethora.
Yes, I have the best hair of the bunch, of course, but no, obviously not. But you know what? I'm so thrilled you guys joined us today. I'm just going to do two minutes of intros and shit, and then and we're gonna curse. So we're gonna do 2 minutes of intros and shit, and then I'm gonna hey, and I'm gonna go away and
fuck.
I'm gonna share this thing around to everyone's pages and do some behind the scenes stuff. But you guys can talk amongst yourselves. But anyway, yeah, the FrostCoalition just did an amazing show kicking off Streaming for Vengeance. Not Screaming for Vengeance, Streaming for Vengeance through Brave Words. It was an amazing show. If you didn't think you were ever going to hear Billy Squier songs live again in your life, well,
I don't think Billy Squier is going to hear any Billy Squier songs again in his life.
But actually, I'm going to let everyone go around. Please introduce yourselves while I do the behind-the-scenes shit. So thank you guys, by the way, first of all, before I even bug away, say thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yeah, who are you?
I'm guest.
You're that guy?
I'm guest.
Who's that guy talking?
Yeah,
this is like the Brady Bunch. Remember the Brady Bunch?
I'm Alice.
That's what this is. The metal. This is the metal bunch.
Yes.
What do you mean can't get
I'm
in?
Stan the Butcher bringing Alice the meat.
I wanted to be the center square like Paul Lynde. It didn't work out that way.
Yeah, wait, this doesn't really work. No. But yeah, I'm Jack Mangan. And actually, before we talk about all the other cool shit you guys are talking about, everyone should support the Am I Evil graphic novel. We're doing it. Actually, I've got my Diamond Head shirt on even. It's based on the classic Diamond Head and, of course, Metallica. There's some band called Metallica. They also did a pretty big cover of that. But, we're doing a graphic novel. Got some amazing artists. We're doing a crowdfunder starting in September. I can tell you all about it. Friend me on Facebook. Like the Am I Evil graphic novel page on Facebook. That's all the links will be there. Anyway, I am officially shutting up now. So you guys, let's go around and introduce ourselves. I'm going to go off screen.
Up in that corner is Jack.
There we go.
Where you going?
Corner?
This way. It's just like England. You got to do it on the other side.
Let's do the Brady Bunch. Let's do the guy on the left first.
All right, so that would be me, right?
Not your left, your bottom. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm the middle.
Go.
Well, I'm Rich Catino from Metal Asylum and Brave Words and the Metal Hall of Fame. Jack?
Metal Hall of Fame. Yes.
My name is Guest. I'm that's what it says. I'm the guest. Hi, I'm Jack Frost from the Metal Coalition. What a great day it was the other day. That's
awesome.
Who I am.
Yes.
Below
you?
No, I will not. Hey, my name is Anthony from the FrostCoalition. We had an awesome day, and I hope we raised a lot of money.
My name is Andre Vanchot. I am also one of the vocalists in the Frost Metal Coalition. And, man, I can't tell you how great last weekend was. Just the vibe of it, and just from front to back, it was just an awesome day. Awesome.
Cool. I'm Charlie Calv, the keyboard player in the FrostCoalition, and it really was. It was an awesome time. It was great to see these guys again. I mean, the whole crew was just great. I mean, the guys at Sonic Boom, Anthony Regalbuto, and everyone who played with us that night, including the guys that aren't on here, Alan Tecchio, Ed Avila, and Chris O'Hara. We just had an awesome time, and it's a great bunch of guys, and I think we're doing some pretty cool tunes that nobody else does, and it was pretty awesome to kick off the Streaming for Vengeance streaming, which is really awesome. And especially for the Stand Up and Shout Cancer film. I mean, how cool is that to be able to go back out there after all these months and get an opportunity to play and do it for such a great cause.
What kind of feedback have you guys gotten since that show? Can each person?
34,000 views feedback.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Crazy.
Wait, hang on. Let me just say that again. 34,000.
And that was just on Sunday. I don't even know how many we got by now. I'm sure there's
that's insane.
That is insane.
35.
35,000?
As of today, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we literally were looking at the stream while we were like, we're switching off between songs, and then we're done, and we're just watching it go up and up and up and up, and we were just blown away. We couldn't. We were.
Do you guys know how? Go ahead. I'm sorry, Andre. Go ahead.
No. We were just we didn't know what to expect, you know, and I mean, we would have been like Jack was saying while we were there, you know, if we had like 500, 600, 1,000 people, like cool. And the fact that it just kept doubling and tripling and quadrupling, it's like it was just we're blown away. It was awesome.
How far did it reach? Can you guys give us a couple countries and stuff where this went?
The Netherlands.
Definitely went to the Netherlands.
Wales. There was someone from Wales on there.
Yeah, I did see someone, I think, from France or Paris or someone.
I don't even know.
I mean, definitely all over the world.
It's really hard to keep track when those comments are scrolling by. You can only see about 5 or 6 of them at a time, and they just start whipping by. And you know, you catch a glimpse when you're not in the middle of a tune or you know, or something like that, and you spot somebody you know really quick, and it's like, oh, check out who's watching, and then you know, it's back to business.
Yeah,
considering
like
the fact that, you know, the time difference. Well, we kind of planned it that way, so it would be simulcast in Europe around I would say
8, 9 o'clock.
8, 9 o'clock. Yeah, depending where you were. I think in UK would have been like 10 or something like that. It, you know, it just depends. That's why we did it early afternoon to kind of, you know, get that prime time for everyone.
It's funny, really fast, Jack. You're talking about Am I Evil? Carl from Diamond Head watched the show in the UK. Well, he's in France now. He moved to France. He was like, dude, I'm watching it. The guy from, you know, the drummer from Diamond Head. So that was really cool too.
That's cool.
Excellent.
Martin Popoff was on all over it. He was all over the
loving
feed.
it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so he jumped in and talked a little bit about the cause. This is a great cause you guys are raising money for.
Go ahead, Jack.
I mean, Wendy Dio, I was floored. We were trying to find a good home for this, and Wendy sent me an email. She was totally supportive of us over this. I was like, I was shocked. It's like, you know, growing up being a fan of Ronnie in the first place, and then, you know, getting to do this for the Ronnie Foundation. You know, Stand Up and Shout Cancer. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better thing. I mean, it was just. I mean, between Tim at Brave Words and, you know, Wendy, I mean, we had full irons in our corner. I mean, it was, you know, I just got to say this too. I mean, the guys that I played with was a blessing. Everybody was just so together. I mean, everybody like turned it up for this show. And I think that's what blew people's minds is like, we haven't played in such a long time. And, you know, to play for this foundation but to still have such a great time. I mean, I'm down to like Anthony Kreizan jamming with us and, you know, John Hummel coming up and do a song with us. I mean, that was the whole thing was, you know, like Dio would say, it was magic. It really was magical.
The rainbows.
What's cool about it too is that, I mean, for most of us, the studio, you know, I live in Connecticut. Anthony's in New York, you know, I mean, and Jack and Charlie and Al, they're Jersey cats. So it was a closer gig for them. But, you know, Anthony and I had a bit of a drive. So basically we did this with like myself. I only had like one practice. We ran through the songs once. I don't even think we went through them twice. I don't think we did.
No, I mean, maybe like the music side without the singers, we went through a bunch of stuff. And, you know, Anthony and Andre, they live far away. Alan was a really cool guy because he came to rehearsal, and even if he didn't sing the song, he knew the song and he would put the words up and at least give us some like cues because it's, you know, some of it's kind of important to like, you know, you do lay off cues like the Whitesnake song, you know, All or Nothing. You need that vocal cue. I mean, everybody was just so. I mean, I'll say it again. It was.
We all did our homework.
Yeah,
I guess you could say,
and I'll say this: I don't think we could do any of this without Charlie. Charlie is the master. He is definitely. Johnny Kelly always says this about Charlie. He is the glue that keeps it together because his sounds, his feel is such an intricate part of the band. Really is.
For sure.
He definitely he creates them all very well.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, you can't.
I love you too, brother.
You can't do some of those songs without
check
Charlie.
Later. Okay, Charlie, I want my check.
No, but I think everybody does though. We try to do the best we can to represent these songs, and you know, from a keyboard player perspective, besides learning the songs, you know, you got to have the right sounds to pull some of this stuff off. And that's
Yeah.
the whole other thing that a lot of guys kind of miss that boat. It's like, you don't just pull up an organ sound or a piano sound. It's got to be very distinct. You're doing rainbow and stuff like that. It's got to sound like rainbow. If you're trying to pull off a John Lord thing, it's got to sound like John Lord the best that you can. And I love this selection of tunes that we do. And that's what got me excited about this project. I mean, Jack called me, I forgot how many years back when we first started doing this. It's like, man, I haven't played cover tunes since high school, and I'm not really like a cover tune kind of guy. Every once in a while, maybe something would be thrown in. But the tunes were so cool. Like, I think the first thing we did, Jack, we were doing like, Cold Sweat by Thin Lizzy and doing, Montrose, doing Bad Motor Scooter and stuff like that. It's like, well, that's cool. This is not stuff that people normally play. So it's fun to do, and I think people are kind of shocked, like, oh my God. A couple of times we went out, we're doing Triumph, we're doing, Fight the Good Fight, and then going to Billy Squire, and then the Foreigner, then the Judas Priest, and kind of these off the wall tunes that people don't normally play. And I think that's what's exciting about this, and having all the different singers. I think it's awesome. Each guy brings their own sound to it, and it keeps it exciting, it keeps it fresh, and it's entertaining. Having all these guys coming up and doing their thing.
We used to end the night doing Stars by Hearing Aid with everybody on the stage, and that was killer. I remember that was really fun. Like, we used to break it down, and like Anthony had his lyric sheet with his color-coded lyrics. I had mine, and Alan, and like, then we had to switch. Nice. This one yours? This your sheet? This your sheet? I could tell Anthony's sheet because he writes everything on his lyric sheet. So like 9-point font. I couldn't see it. I'd have to have an electron microscope to read those lyrics. So I'm like, oh, this is Anthony's sheet.
So what? I got good vision.
You do. You do. It's crazy.
You're like a spring chicken.
I know. You can watch ants fuck, and I'm like, wow, I just see a scribble on a page.
Is there a song that you guys were afraid you couldn't nail down that you had a little difficulty with?
Yeah, we were supposed to do "Show Must Go On" by Queen, but we didn't have enough time to get that one in the set. So
yeah, you really gotta. There's so much vocals and so many different nuances harmony wise. You just want to. We're the type that if we're not gonna do it like magical, we'll hold off and do it like a little more time. But next time, we're already talking about our next set, which is gonna kind of blow people's minds. We're gonna pull out songs. People are like, where'd you come up with that? Like, it's funny when me and Charlie were talking about the Loverboy song. I'm like, you think we should introduce this? Nah, people are gonna know, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, Loverboy, because no one pulls out. Pull out Working for the Weekend, but that's not what we're about.
Yeah.
You needed a headband though to do the Loverboy song though. That was missing, but that was a choice cut.
No headband,
no red leather, no Get Lucky red leathers. No.
No, I'm about 20 years too fat for that.
Oh, stop! Have you seen Mike Reno these days? So you're good, brother.
I didn't say anything. Jack said it. The guest said that thing. There he is.
I didn't say it.
Mike Reno laughs about it. He goes, "I was a 28, now I'm a 38." He was laughing about it.
That's funny.
So you got another one of these things coming up. Then you guys, you're already talking about. Do you have any other guys involved or any other musicians involved? And you already started to hint, so you got to talk about some of the songs.
We're flying out to your house, Jack. We're going to play in your living room.
Excellent. All right, I'll set it all up. This is the coronavirus hotspot, so you're welcome.
Yeah. No, we were talking today a little bit about, maybe start really getting a full set together, because we had. I mean, honestly, I can't speak for everybody, but man, it was like a blessing to see everybody and laugh, and just the whole thing was a fun time, and I think not only do we miss playing together, we just miss playing. So, hopefully we can do more of these, and that's what we're hoping to do.
Well, I mean, we haven't, like when Jack called me up and he's like, "Listen, I got this thing," and I said, "Okay," and he goes, "You didn't let me finish." I said, "It doesn't matter." I go, "I'm sitting at home, skimming my pool and watching, paint dry." I go, let's do something. And I haven't seen, the person I saw last, I think was Charlie, was the last person I saw. What was that, like last year at one of your Angel gigs? As for everyone else, I mean, I haven't seen somebody, and I saw Anthony last year when you did one of the Tesla band gigs near me locally, and I haven't seen Jack in like the longest time. So if not for more than anything else, I just wanted to hang out with these guys because, you know, it's just a fun time. We all have, you know, goof on each other. We just have a blast. And, you know, when we play, I think the results show for themselves. It's just natural and we just lock in. And that's something you can't really recreate unless it's natural to me, you know.
100% right.
You know.
Yeah.
And
So
we locked right in like the last time we played together. It was like nothing. Boom. Oh, this is my spot. Boom. And it just felt, you know, like, and that was the first time we ever played with Chris because Johnny, you know, obviously for all the reasons of the pandemic, he's stuck in Texas and everything. So that was the first time I even met Chris and, you know, locked right in. And, you know, I think the show kind of speaks for itself. It went really smooth and you could tell we're having fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean,
you guys were tight.
It's weird to say. It's just like we as a band, like different drummer, different bass player sometimes, different singers that can't, you know, sometimes everybody can't make it scheduling wise. We're just like an old shoe. It's really weird. Like we just kind of fit right. But the most important thing is,
And
can you
stink.
imagine? Yeah, like old stinky shoe. But can you like think like everyone always laughs like guitar players don't get along, singers, oh my God, you know, all enough you have like singers, LSD. We could have 5 singers and there's never drama. It's really weird. It's just like, I just think that number one, we all respect each other, but number two, we just really love what we're doing. And that and it'd be like Andre and Anthony will talk about a part. Yeah, you do that part. There's no like, oh, that's my song. It's never like that. It's like, it's just like who wants to do what? You can't dream this up. I mean, it's just it's really that I keep saying magical, but it is. It's just magical.
And you're fans of these songs too, which makes it even easier.
Oh, you can tell we're fans. We're smiling the whole time, and
yeah.
You know, it's not like you always hate to say this expression. You phone it in. How many times have you seen bands that literally they just want to get through the set? Like us, it's just like there's a smile and honestly, having that screen in front of us on Saturday, it was so nice to see the comments. Like people literally just need this right now because it's so hard out there, and with everything going on, you could tell that everybody just enjoyed it. That's what it was. They enjoyed the time.
Well,
I think proof of that too. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Good. I was going to say until live concerts start again, this is going to be the way. It's going to be these live streams.
Right.
Well, the proof that we enjoyed.
It's going to be the way for a little while.
Yeah, I think the proof of what we enjoyed, what we're doing, is afterwards, Anthony, who, again, I can't thank Anthony enough, and everybody in his studio and his wife and everyone that was involved.
Charlie Macaron.
Hey, oh. But, you know, he invited Jack and myself and to because he does the Anthony Kryzan band. He has a live stream later on that day. So he invited us to, you know, to sit in on a couple songs. And, you know, it was just basically Ed, myself, and Jack that were really going to be doing it. But everybody hung out. I mean, I didn't leave there till like 10 o'clock at night. You know, we were way done with that live stream and everything else. And we're just hanging out. We're, you know, everyone's, you know, the liquor store is right around the corner. So no one's in any, you know, in a hurry to leave. So everyone's sitting down. They're having a beer. We got, you know, Chinese food. We got
some Italian pastries.
Yeah, we're just hanging out, man. It was a real cool hang, you know.
Yeah, it was.
So it's definitely going to happen again. I mean, Anthony was even talking about maybe moving it. You know, he has parties at his house. Who knows? I'm not going to put any words in anyone's mouth, but I think it's definitely going to happen again, probably sooner than later, which is fine with me, man.
Yeah, me too. I'm ready to play it next week. I'm good.
Yeah.
Hey, we got some questions or some comments.
I have to check my schedule.
I can't see comments on us.
No, that's. I'll read them off to you guys. Sorry, you know this.
Okay.
This is one of the drawbacks of this thing. So we got Kessa Halo says it was great. Robert Chia says, yeah, he says, unfortunately we texted into lockdown again. And then Ryan Hall, who's I know a synth player, he says nice synths. So there you go.
Nice.
Well, thank you very much.
I will say this, and I didn't get a chance to say it during the live stream because we're so focused on what we're doing and trying to get all the names out of everything. If you need stage clothes, we all wear them. Please go see Kessa Halo at Kessa Creations and Devil's Halo. She does custom stage wear. She makes all my stuff. She made Jack some stuff. She made Anthony some stuff. It's just killer stage wear, clothes, and everything. And yeah, go check that out. Devil's
cool
Halo.
mask too. Don't forget about the mask.
And she does make the masks. Yeah, she was busy throughout the whole pandemic, just pumping out masks, and so it's a good thing. All right, I'm done with my plug.
Oh, good to know. So yeah, can you talk about your Raritan? The name of the studio? It's in Raritan, New Jersey. Just tell us a little bit about it. It looked like a great place. I was never back when I lived in Jersey. I've never visited the place, but yeah, can you talk a little bit about?
Sure. It's called Sonic Boom, and Anthony Kryzan, formerly of the Spin Doctors, and his buddy Charlie. How do you pronounce his last name?
Macaron, I think, or Macaron.
Macaron.
He was saying that night. He was saying it that night, and I can't remember now. He was talking about that.
But Charlie is like Anthony's right hand man there, and the studio is just amazing. We were all saying, like, for us growing up where we did, we used to go to 8th Street in New York City, and there was an amazing studio called Electric Ladyland. So you're talking Hendrix, Zeppelin, Kiss did their first, Wicked Lester before they were Kiss, did all their records there. So I had the luxury, I know some of you guys have been in there too, of going, recording there. And I swear to God, Anthony's studio reminds me of like a little Electric Ladyland studio. I mean, he has the state-of-the-art Pro Tools, but then he has an old Studer 2-inch machine. You don't see that anymore. And an old Neve console. He has all old outboard gear. And I mean, Anthony's knowledge as a producer and a guitar player and a songwriter, the studio is great. I mean, it's great. And they're such good guys to work with. I mean, this guy worked his butt off for 2 days to make her sound the way we did. So, I mean, if you guys are looking to record someplace, it's right in Raritan, New Jersey. And not only you're getting a great studio, you're getting the knowledge of Anthony too, which you can't pay for. You can go to a lot of studios, but you're getting a guy that can help you with your songs and help you with production, which is amazing.
Yeah. And Charlie,
Anthony's a great.
He definitely helped as well too.
Yeah, Anthony's a great musician, a great guy. It's an awesome place. I mean, me and Anthony and his wife Robin, we all went to high school together, so it was obviously great to see them. And I played with Anthony on and off since I was probably 13 years old. So that was even more awesome to kind of get together. And actually, I don't think I played with Anthony since I was 14 years old. So that was a lot of fun when he jumped up again. And they're just great people. And like I said, it's an awesome studio. And if you do any work there, besides it sounding great, Anthony's pretty passionate, and he does really good work. And he's a fantastic songwriter, hands down. He's written a lot of stuff throughout the years for, I know, a couple of tunes with Lenny Kravitz and obviously the Spin Doctor stuff. Just a wealth of knowledge and very old school, without a doubt. And I think actually some of the preamps and stuff that he's got there and compressors and stuff actually came out of Electric Ladyland. So I know he's totally into that whole vibe, which is very, very cool.
Nice.
So we got a little bit more. Kessa said thank you, Andre. And Tony Rodriguez says, Jack. I think he means you.
No, that's a guess.
Yeah, that's right.
Guess.
Yeah. Janessa Press. It's guest Frost, right?
Yeah.
Janessa Press just shout out studio. And Jeff Crespi says, I just took pics of Anthony for his live recording at the Pony for a video the Pony is creating. So there you go.
Cool.
We got to figure out a way to get these in there, so I'm not just reading them off. But next time.
What are you doing? Hey,
I wish we could read them.
I got to give another big shout out too. I haven't had a chance to say this. I truly want to say again, thank you very much to Eddie Trunk and Don Jameson, because let me tell you something. Eddie was getting calls on Friday, people harassing him, and he kept pushing this show for 2 weeks. And Jameson, I mean, those guys are my friends, but they don't have to do that. They really don't have to do that. And Eddie is always he's a bro. You know what I mean? He was you know what he did the next morning? He texted me to see how it went, him and Don, how'd it go? How was the response? Because they can watch it, but they don't know what the response was and everything. So I just want to say thank you to guys, because you know what? They don't have to do that. They're not getting paid to do that. They do it because they're just family, and that's New Jersey right there, all the way.
And in the studio, Kyle and Kenny were also invaluable help to everything we were doing.
Oh my God! I mean, Kenny Siegel and Kyle. I mean, Kyle's been. I hate to say he's worked for me and Charlie forever, but he's not. He doesn't work for. He was there to changing strings for Anthony's guitars, because that's the type of guy he is. So I mean, and we also got to thank Catino, because Catino had a big
Thanks.
part. Because I mean, you did, Rich. I mean, and
Thank
I hate
you.
to say, oh, you're friends, but your friends are your friends, and they do have your back. So I mean,
It was happy to help you guys out and be part of it.
And I mean, Tim Henderson, I think he's still blown
Yeah.
away, because again, we never thought ever.
Yeah.
I mean, when these guys are telling me, oh, we're up to 10,000, I'm like, you guys are lying. Like, no, we're not, So it just
It came together pretty quick too. You got to remember this came together within like 2 weeks, right? 2 or 3 weeks maybe.
Oh my God, I'm still trying to catch up sleep on it, because we just didn't know how it was going to pan out at the end,
Right.
Yeah, it evolved.
Right.
It evolved from we were going to have it at a club in New Jersey, and then it just evolved into something else because of different factors that went along the way. And
Right.
then the texts were going through, and Jack said, well, I guess we're going to do it live from a studio instead. All right, and we're trying to figure out where and all the logistics around that, and we need someone that can actually have a real decent camera to film it, and everything just fell into place quicker than it probably should have, because it just shows that it was the right thing to do at the right time, and all the right people were involved.
But you know what? I have to say this. Most people would be like, I'm speaking to the guys in the band mainly, because I kept going back. I kept, trying to do something that didn't work, and not once did they go, dude, I'm out. I don't want to do this. Not once they were like, dude, whatever it takes, let me know. And
I was getting text at 10:30 at night. You got to fix the artwork. You got to do the artwork. You got to make.
I know, I felt
like,
so bad, but dude,
okay.
But Andre, without that, I mean, I felt so bad. Tim and you were going back and forth, and
it's fine.
It's funny. Like I call Ed. I go, Ed, we need to rehearse someplace. Ed finds a studio down by him. I mean, everybody, like, there's not one person that was better than the other person. Everybody came to the party and brought something, and you guys, again, not once did you go. Sometimes I would send you a text. You're like, "Are you serious?" Wendy Dio, and I would send you that. You're like, "Oh, okay," and you guys are just, your family, man. Your family. That's what it is. We're not fellow musicians. We're family, and it just shows. Every one of you. I mean, Anthony's got so much work at his job. Like he, and I gotta say this on air, and Anthony, I got so much response of you from people like Johnny Kelly. You totally stepped up more than you ever have as a front man and a singer. This is probably one of your best performances, and so many people said that. Just know that, man. You, seriously, dude. A lot of people said that. Johnny was Ooh, I can say that, right?
Yeah,
Johnny
I got it.
was friggin' blown away.
What the fuck are you doing?
Oh, God!
Don't fucking say fuck.
Hey,
The fuck?
hey.
Put your pants back on too, by the way. No, I'm just
Oh yeah. Just wanted you to know that, man.
So you said you're talking about doing something in the future. So for each of you guys, if you had to pick one song that you'd add to the set list, what would you want to pick? Jack, go ahead, start.
Oh, Jack, not me. This Jack.
Yeah, you
all
Jack.
right. I got some requests, but no, I want to hear what you guys think, what you're thinking.
Yeah, one song. It's one song that you would add.
Well, I'm waiting for Jack.
All right. Well, you know what?
Go ahead.
All right. So you know what? If you get Techio back, I'd say you got to do The Cross by Hades. or do some classic 80s if you're gonna have Techio there. Otherwise, maybe some Diano era Maiden, something off of Killers.
Whoa, really?
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
All right. Okay.
That's a pretty interesting suggestion. Actually, in the process of getting involved in a Diano era Maiden tribute band.
That's
It was actually put on hold by COVID.
Nice.
Nice.
cool.
Jack and I bounced this idea.
something-
We've talked about this a few times. We're definitely going to do, and I love this song and I love this band, definitely going to do High Wire by Badlands.
I knew that was coming.
Nice.
Nice.
He starts playing with it. I'm like, I'm ready. You just say it out the door. I'm doing it. So that's definitely not on the short list. It's on the top of the piece of paper. So,
Jack, what would you want to throw in?
I'm going last.
Okay,
Hey, actually,
Anthony, what would you want to do? A Maiden
Let me just
song?
jump in really quick before. Sorry to cut you guys, but you know what? You guys actually can see them live if you look at my Facebook page. So I guess that's where I don't know. I'm not a social media expert, so just bear with me. But you can see the live comments as they come
What's
through.
Facebook? Is this Facebook?
It's like MySpace.
Yeah.
MySpace?
It's but Janessa
I'm
Press
on my
is saying-
smartphone, so I can't see anything except what this Safari stream.
All right.
So I'm
Yeah.
stuck on it.
We got a
don't
bunch of
accept
comments.
Questions from Janessa Press. She's not allowed to ask
All
questions.
right,
Hold on.
I'll leave that for suggestion. All right, so go ahead,
I
Anthony.
can see it. I got it.
What was your question? Wait, I want to know what the question was.
Oh, and she suggested.
What was the question?
Well, she suggested Mr. Crowley. That was what her comment.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Well, that could be
Oh, yeah.
fun.
That's
Little
a good-
Don Airy going
I
on
was
there.
listening to that yesterday, thinking about it.
Who's
Charlie,
next?
what song do you want to do?
Uh,
You want to do "On the Loose" by Saga or something like that?
Yes.
Dude, that would be awesome.
That
Right?
would be very cool.
I was thinking something, but you know what? I always keep bringing up to Jack. I've always wanted to do "Talk to You Later" by the Tubes, which I think is a little. You know, I mean, it can rock. You got that Steve Lukather guitar part and solo and stuff going on, and you know, just I always just try to find something that's unique and different. But I think we can make that one rock. Or I'd love to do a Cars tune. I'd love to do like Candio or something like Bye Bye Love or you know something cool like that.
If you listen to "Bye Bye Love" and you A and B it with the beginning of "Down Boys" by Warrant, it's the same exact song.
Yeah, I know.
Really?
It when you get off later, A and B it, and you're like, wow, they ripped that whole begin. The beginning is exact.
Huh.
The chord structure, it's crazy. But I didn't want to go off topic, but you said it, so it's always whenever anyone mentions that song, you have to make that known. It's a total ripoff of "Bye Bye Love." Ant, what song do you want to do?
Anthony, what about yours?
Well, just because it goes kind of back to when Jack and I first started, when I first started getting involved with Witches and the whole Tesla tribute thing, I would put a Tesla song in, one of the two that had pianos in it, either Changes or Paradise.
Oh wow!
Nice.
Changes is awesome.
Nice pick.
Change.
And if I had
Ridiculous.
to pick of the two, I would do Changes.
And let me tell you something. If you've never seen Anthony with this Tesla tribute, I'm telling you, he's awesome no matter what. But you just nail that Tesla stuff, dude.
Yeah,
And
it's really
I remember we would go to see you. I'm like, that is like your zone right there. It sounds so good. All the guys and you just nail that stuff, brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
And Jack?
It's fun and I love it. So you know, I'm all in when I'm doing that.
Exactly, man. That's what it's all about.
Yes.
What would you pick?
Oh, I would definitely have to pick a John Elfonte Kansas song.
Oh, play the game tonight.
Play the game tonight. Fight fire with fire. You know, definitely something like that because I think play the game. The keyboards are phenomenal. Kerry Livgren is one of my all-time favorite guitar players and songwriters. So, and I just think it's melodic, but it's so prog, but still, what a great song.
It's a deep cut. Andre, did we get yours? Did we get your suggestion?
Yeah, High Wire by Badlands.
High Wire. That's right. Yeah. Great band. Yeah. Well,
Anybody
yeah.
else got any requests? What does the internet say?
Well, like I said, we got Mr. Crowley. I'll read off really quickly. Michelle Dig says tubes would be awesome. Robert Chias also says anything Maiden is golden. Yeah,
My
just
solar lights just popped on.
The what?
I went like this. My solar lights just popped on. I was like,
Oh,
what
my
is
God,
that
Jack,
flash?
here. He wants to do some King Diamond.
You know,
yeah.
it's always weird when I sing King Diamond without being dressed as King Diamond. It just feels strange. But I'll channel it. I got no problem doing it.
You put a mask on.
Yeah, you know.
Wait, is
I'll
it
be like
Ghost or
Burger
King
King
Diamond?
Diamond is for the crown. No.
Where's-
Ghost is like King Diamond's niece.
What happened to Tecchio?
Yeah, I didn't hear back from him.
I don't know.
He's selling a restaurant in White Plains.
He's doing horseshoes right now.
Yeah.
So you guys can
Oh,
talk
okay.
crap about him then, I guess,
He
since
bu-
he's not here.
No, there's no crap to talk about.
He
Hal.
butt
Nah.
dialed me 2 hours ago, but
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I think
You
he got
guys
the
wouldn't
wrong
wanna
live
do-
feed, and he's on the
You guys-
Grinder live feed right now, so he's confused.
Wow.
You guys wouldn't like do a song. You wouldn't want to do a song from like the bands that you've been in or are in.
we were actually doing that when we first started playing. I think our very first show we had some Seven Witches songs in there, and
We had-
among some other stuff.
Well, we had Zach singing
And
with
we
us that
kinda-
night.
we
We did a
kinda ushered
Sabotage
that out.
song.
Yep.
Right.
Edge of Thorns, yeah.
So we kind of put that aside.
Hi, Zach. Hi, Catherine.
Hope you guys are safe down there.
And again, what's up, Johnny Kelly?
What's up,
Hope
Jake?
you're doing good up there.
Yeah. Did you ever do a typo song when he was in the band?
No,
I think that's too
No.
on the nose. That's just too,
Yeah.
you know.
that's
I-
just
I-
too,
I-
that's just too kind of iconic. Like it's just I don't know, man. No disrespect, but we do our songs our way. You can't just do a Pete Steele song. Not it's just it has to be right, Andre. It's just
I think it would be kind of disrespectful and cheesy to do it
yeah.
myself.
No,
You know,
I agree.
because it's not like the band broke up. They ended
Right.
for tragic reasons, and I would never even try to tap into that legacy of that band.
I mean, if Johnny and Kenny go out and do something as a tribute, that's awesome. You know, that's awesome. But us
Mhm.
trying to even like, just it's just so special. It has its own place. You know, that's just my.
What about an Angel song, Charlie?
I don't know. I think like what we're doing here is just so different, and we're not really
Yeah.
touching anything else. I mean, obviously, I love playing the stuff, but I mean, I don't know if it'd be appropriate for this, unless we're doing something from everybody's background.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
then I'd be, if we're doing a Sabotage song and we're going to take a Witches song, or whatever, that would be cool. But not just that by itself.
And if
I'll-
nobody's gone and seen Angel live, it's just so awesome. And Charlie,
It's
you bring
great.
it. You bring it, dude.
Yeah,
You got
I
those
mean,
tones down to a T.
I mean, Greg Giuffria is a god, and man, Charlie, watching Charlie is like the dark-haired Greg Giuffria. He nails it. But it's funny you said that we're gonna do an Angel song. No, but we are gonna do a Giuffria song.
Think about
right
doing a
now.
Giuffria song. Yeah.
We're doing
Are
it.
we? Oh, there we go.
We're doing it. We had a conversation today.
No, and thanks, guys. And once again, it kind of goes back. I was talking about earlier with the keyboard sounds and stuff. It's a very important part. If you're going to do an Angel, you're going to do a Giuffria song or something like that. You gotta dial in those sounds and what those guys did to those songs.
Mhm.
Well, I saw you. I saw that you had pictures on Facebook how you met Greg when you guys are down that way and you guys are talking about tone and all that. And I think that's like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, it was awesome because I had questions, but obviously being a fan myself, I mean, obviously Keith Emerson's a god. Rick Wakeman are awesome. I mean, I absolutely love those guys. John Lord, one of my all-time favorites. But Greg Giuffria was in the top four. I mean, it was Greg Giuffria, Rick Wakeman, Keith Emerson, and John Lord. And what I always loved about Greg, and mostly on the later Angel records, is just the kind of landscapes that he painted with the keyboards. When he started to get into the kind of more orchestral parts and the big string sounds and stuff like that, that led into Jafria and House of Lords. I mean, that's what I was a big fan of, you know. So to kind of pick his brain and then try to get inside his head, because learning some of this stuff, I just could not wrap my head around it. Like some of the solos and stuff and the early Angel stuff, it's like I had no idea where he was coming from, where he was going, how he's getting a lot of these overtones and stuff. So it was interesting to talk to him on how he got some of the sounds, where I thought it might be a harmony and stuff, is the way he would tune his oscillators. You know, one would be tuned a third or a fifth different, you know, because you got two different oscillators when you use like an old Moog or something like that. So it's kind of real interesting to pick his brain and kind of figure out what he was thinking when he was doing that stuff and how he used it and how they did the beginning of the Tower, you know, with an old ARP synth. And it was actually broken, and that's why it got this really odd sound, you know. So it's kind of cool to kind of find out how that stuff was done and actually talk to the guy that did it.
I'd like to pick his brain and figure out how to make slot machine software. Cha-ching! He's made a lot of money with that, man.
Yes, he did. Like I think the first time I met him, we were out there. I think like one day it was a yellow Lamborghini, the next day it was a red Lamborghini. So yeah, he definitely he did okay.
Well, who doesn't have that? I mean, come on. I have that too, but they're Hot Wheels.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Oh, look at that, see?
That's my Farrah Fawcett Mustang.
There you go.
Is that from the White Snake video? That's the White Snake video.
Now that would be a Jaguar.
A Jaguar.
Jaguar.
When you buy one, you immediately talk like a douche. I have a Jaguar.
Right. It's got to be three syllables, right? Jaguar. It's not Jaguar. I don't know what a Jaguar is. Yeah, it's a Jaguar. But also, I was going to say, I liked that you guys also did some deep cuts, and you know, you also stepped outside of metal. Like I did the call out for Loverboy and for Billy Squire. That's not really metal. You guys are kind of known as metal guys, so I thought that was also really a cool thing. And just hearing you guys talk about it, you know, just music guys, you know, we just go all over the map. You know, you said Kansas, or somebody else had an eye on, so I think that's pretty awesome too.
Yeah, but if you look at like shows from the 70s back then when they had like double or triple bills, you know, you had like Kiss playing with Billy Squire, playing with ZZ Top, playing with Loverboy. So there was no labels. It was just rock and roll. It was rock, hard rock, and all that stuff fit in that genre. You know, you could have a band like Judas Priest playing alongside Journey, and nobody blinked about it. So I think we take that kind of stance as well when it comes to set list, because you know, fans, like for example, I remember seeing something online a couple years back. It was one of those big festivals in Europe, and you get a lot of death metal bands and, you know, thrash metal bands all on the same bill as Journey, and they're all fanboying watching Journey backstage because they're all fans of that. I think it all stems from the same branches of the same kind of tree. So I think it makes sense. You know, you don't think about that it makes sense until you hear it. You're like, yeah, man, I dig those songs, you know?
Yep.
It's interesting. Like back in the 70s, you'd see images like that. And you look at kind of the older.
It still happens
even
overseas
before
it'll happen here.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about music. It's not about, oh, this heavy band can't play with this band. It's just like, you know, they don't care. They just love music.
I think the generalization and the labels are an American thing. And I think it's more, they do it that way, probably for more radio format kind of thing, whereas the rest of the world is just music.
Right. And especially
in this
festivals, you have Uriah Heep and Y&T, and then you got Slayer the next night with, you know, Richie Sambora. So, I mean, it's cool. It's like you said, it's just music.
Yeah, I remember the first festival I did in Europe,
in this country,
in Belgium.
Whatever being spoon-fed, it's like, if you're listening to this, you can't listen to this, kind of thing. You know, it's almost like trying to program people, and that's just like wrong.
Charlie, what were you saying?
No, I was saying, like, the first festival I did in Europe. I mean, I had a band, Shotgun Symphony, back then, and we were on the same day. It was us, Whitesnake, Paradise Lost, Cathedral, Life of Agony, Harem Scarum, and it was just all over the map. and it was such an awesome time. And the same thing, and everyone was watching each other and having such a great time, and the audience out there just went nuts over everybody. Nobody left like when the metal band came on, or the AOR band came on, or the doom metal band came on. I mean, the whole crowd was there the entire time to absorb all the different kinds of music. I thought
I'd rather see that and hear that anyway. I mean, you go to something like a Mayhem Fest or an Oz Fest, and I like heavy music, but I don't want to hear it for 8 hours.
Yeah.
I'd like to break it up,
Yeah, well said. Yeah, I remember when I saw Opeth that Michael Ackerfeld made a shout out to Skid Row, and the whole place was like, "What the fuck?" And it's like, no, this guy gets it.
Yeah.
They like a lot of Opeth fans were rejecting that, but no, I get it. It's all music. I agree.
Yeah.
So why don't you guys? We got about 10 more minutes. So why don't you guys? We already did a little bit, but give some shout out to what you have coming up. I know that everybody's kind of messed up right now because everybody's
I'll be on my
down.
couch.
I'll be on
I'm gonna take out the garbage and clean the litter box, and maybe I'll have some, dinner and watch TV, fall asleep on the couch. I actually do have a gig this weekend. I'm surprised and shocked as anyone.
Where?
I have a Rhode Island-based cover band called Metal 101, and Rhode Island has, like every other state, everybody's kind of doing their own thing and just kind of see what works and what doesn't. So for the time being, we're playing a show outdoor. It's like 7:30 to 11. This place called Renegades in West Warwick, Rhode Island. And, like I said, the band's called Metal 101, and we play Judas Priest, Queensryche, Sabotage, King Diamond, Accept, Black Sabbath, Dio, Iron Maiden. We're going to throw Def Leppard in the mix, Doc, and we just kind of do a little bit of everything. So I actually have a gig this Friday, and after that, who knows? But, at least I'll have fun on Friday and see what happens from there on
Kick
in.
some ass, man.
Thank you, man.
Anybody else? What's everybody else doing?
Right now
I got in the process of recording with a Connecticut-based rock band that I'm in called New Machine. We're working on some stuff, hopefully have out by the end of the year, and got a couple of new members in my Tesla tribute band, Signs, and hopefully when things pick back up, we'll be able to get out there again too.
Cool, Calv.
Yo, we're kind of. My next live date is supposed to be Tokyo in September. We still have the Japanese tour on the books. I don't know. It's already been rescheduled for April to September. So I don't know. Everything else is kind of. We have dates into October and November in North America, and we haven't been told they're canceled yet. So potentially be back out there. I really don't know. It's been very, very quiet because there's not much going on. Some behind the scenes stuff. I know they started writing for the next Angel record, so there's some songwriting and stuff like that going on. But I don't know. If it goes through, we'll be in Japan in September. Then the North America starts in October, Midwest, and then in the Northeast in November. And me, I have the studio here and just been doing some recording. I got a couple tracks I recorded with Dave Anderson, who's actually used to play in Brother Kane, guitar player from Brother Kane, and now plays with the Atlanta Rhythm Section. We just wrote a couple tunes together. So doing that, I don't know if it's going to turn into anything, if we'll release anything, but right now we're having fun. And actually Ed, who plays in the FrostCoalition on bass, he played bass on it. And there's a couple other guys I hadn't been in touch with for such a long time. We're all kind of sitting home, and we kind of started sending tracks around and kind of see what we came up with. And it's really cool. I actually got, Jack was talking about Fight Fire with Fire, Kansas. I got Neil Kernan, who produced that Kansas record. He's actually mixing the first song for me, and
that's cool.
It sounded pretty awesome. So, maybe we'll release it as a single or something. It's not really, I wouldn't call it a band or anything, but the tune's pretty cool, so we might try to put it out.
Awesome. And promote the new Angel record, man. It's still out there. It's
Yes, if nobody's picked it up, Risen came out last October. We had the big tour scheduled for this year, and everything. The only thing we did this year, we did the Rock Legends cruise with Roger Daltrey and Nancy Wilson, the guys from Supertramp, which was awesome, and we were raring to go, and then everything came to a halt. But if you didn't pick it up, Cleopatra Records, 2 different variations of vinyl, obviously white vinyl, and then and there's a white and blue vinyl. The Japanese one's got some bonus tracks on it. For Angel fans, I think everyone's going to dig it. It's got everything from the more progressive sound of the first two records, the rockin' sound. We talk about Electric Ladyland. Eddie Kramer produced On Earth as It Is in Heaven at Electric Ladyland. It's got some of those elements, and then some of the more pop stuff like Unsinful and White Hot. So I think we kind of captured a little bit of everything, and it's a double album. There's 17 songs on it, so it's pretty cool. I mean, I think the fans really dig it, and I'm pretty excited that they've kind of accepted the new lineup. I mean, it's just really Punky Meadows and Frank Domino from the original band. And props to those guys, man. I mean, Punky sounds freaking awesome. And Frank, what a set of pipes. I mean, I just can't believe.
Frank hasn't aged. It's crazy.
These guys were doing it in the 70s, and here it is, 2020, and he's fucking killing it. It's just, it's amazing. And he put, there's not many guys that can do that anymore. I mean, Steven Tyler can do it, Sammy Hagar can do it, but not many guys from that generation still have the pipes and can still kick it out.
Glenn Hughes.
And I could, Glenn Hughes is a mutant. It doesn't make any sense.
It's insane.
I saw Glenn on his solo. He did a solo run early last year, and he just sounds like,
20 years old.
He sounds like a 45-year-old black gospel singer in church. He was hanging back like 20 feet from the microphone, and I'm just sitting there as I'm hearing him sing. I'm going to go home. I'm going to sell all my gear. What am I doing? What is the point? Because he sounds better now than he did then. It's ridiculous. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, Jack and I had that same experience when we saw Richie Kotzen in the city. You remember when we saw Richie Kotzen in the city, and we both just looked at each other and said, "I quit."
Yeah, he's just ridiculous.
And what about you, Jack? What do you have coming up?
Well, I'm going to probably go upstairs and sit on the couch with Cooper.
I know what you're going to do upstairs.
I'm going to share some Cheez-Its and I got a lot of tracks from different bands. I'm doing a lot of guitar playing for Frontiers right now. I've been writing a lot, just writing and doing that. So I just played a song on the Casket box set, like I was saying. So I have a lot of stuff, a lot of recording. That's what I'm mainly doing right now.
But yeah, actually, we should mention that. Yeah, the Bronx Casket. Actually, while we're on here, Dee Dee just texted me about 10 minutes ago. So the Bronx Casket Company box set coming out, and we just tracked a new song for him. And I know Jack did his parts. I just did my parts over the weekend. So that'll be something that's pretty cool. Should be out by Halloween. It'll have all four of the CDs plus a bonus CD that's got the early demos that got us the record deal. Cool. Some alternate mix stuff, and then this new thing we just did, which is actually very, very cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah. Hey, I just want to give one really important shout out to a good friend of ours, Keith St. John from Kingdom Come, Montrose Remembered, Burning Rain. Sunday, they're doing the Monsters of Rock Stairway to it's called like Stairway to Zeppelin. It's really great. Dave Amato from Mario Speedwagon, blah blah blah. So definitely check it out. It's on the Monsters of Rock Facebook. Keith's great, and they do a whole Zeppelin show. And he's a goombad, man. I love the guy, and we all help each other out. He wants to play too, so everyone's trying their best to keep playing.
Mm-hmm. And Al's not here. He got caught up with some stuff, but I'll speak for Al. He's got the new Michael Pons Silent Assassins album out. They're doing that thing. What is it? Horror Babylon, I think is the name of the tune.
That is the name of it. Yeah, that's the album.
There you go.
And he sounds amazing on that album. I got to just jump in and say that. He is just an unbelievable vocalist.
Well, Anthony and I were joking around about when Al's in the studio. When we say Anthony, we should call him the Emperor from Star Wars, because unlimited power. He just comes in and he's just blowing diaphragms off microphones. So Al's a beast.
Yeah, and Tekio, he'll be like, Hey, let's definitely give a shout out to Ed and Chris. I mean, they're great players, man. They kicked butt on Saturday.
Ed played all night. All night. He played with us, and then Anthony came up and did the Anthony Cryzan band, and Ed was there all night. So Ed was the MVP.
And not complain once. The guy's fingers were just like a machine gun.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope. Monster.
Yeah, it sounded great. Well, yeah, no, thank you guys so much for coming on and talking. Thank you for doing that too.
Yes.
I mean, you raised a lot of attention. It's a great cause. But actually, I can't leave out Rich. What do you got going on, Rich?
He's gonna go have some ho-hos right now.
It's ring dings.
Ring dings.
Ho-ho's like the inferior version of a ring ding.
But isn't a ring ding like a yodel, or am I getting everything mixed up?
No, you're mixing everything up.
Yeah, the ring ding's the round.
Listen, I'll eat any of those motherfuckers, and that's why I'm fat from this COVID. I'll have a plate of ring
what do I have
dings
going
and a
on?
glass of milk.
What do I have going on? I'm just still writing through the summer. You know, doing reviews for Brave Words in the Asylum and contributing to the Metal Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Thanks for helping us out, brother. Thanks for the write-up. Thanks for being there, taking pictures, and throughout the whole
You're
thing.
welcome, guys.
You're part of that. You're part of the machine that made that thing happen.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We'll look forward to the next one, wherever you guys have it and stuff. We'll work together again.
We definitely,
Very cool.
We're going to be live at Wegmans parking lot next Thursday, and we'll have a tip jar outside. We'll wear masks so you don't have to worry about it.
They got good whole grain muffins. I'm in.
That's true. Jack only eats bird seed, and that's why he can fit into a 27 waist. He eats bird seed and he sniffs lettuce leaves. That's his diet.
We gotta do.
That's
more.
why he can fit into the clothes he fits in. I can't. You know.
Oh my god.
Well, yeah, let's do this again. It's been a lot of fun. You guys are awesome. It was great meeting most of you guys. I haven't met some of you guys before, but thank you so much for doing this. Thank you, like I said, for all you've done for your great careers. Keep up the great work. Yeah, let's do this again. I will give a shout out. If somehow the world returns to normal, we all got to go to the Metal Hall of Fame Award Gala. If it's in January every year, let's hope it'll be there in 2021. That's where Jack and I hooked up a little bit last year. Not actually hooked up. Just to not to make any scandal.
Don't say
where's that going to be? Where's
Jack, Rich might get jealous.
That's true.
Nothing happened, Rich.
Yeah, but yeah, it's in Anaheim every year. It's around the same time as NAMM every year. So yeah, hopefully.
We'll see you guys. The NAMM show. Okay, I got you. I don't know. Yeah.
We had a great time this past year out there. I mean, that was. It's funny. I just talked to Pat about a half hour before we got on the on this thing. So I mean, hopefully it happens again. I mean, it is an awesome event. It really is. They really do a good job.
I played with Joe Stump, and he got inducted there with Graham when he did the Alcatraz.
With the Alcatraz,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up, Joe? Hi, Joe.
What's up, Joe?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, Pat. Hopefully, Pat's watching. Yeah, Pat's. Pat for all he's done to make the hall and everything he's done. So
Good.
So I'm not gonna have the final word. I'm gonna let you guys have the final word. But I'll say again, my final word will be thank you guys so much. You guys really kick ass. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks, guys. And let's do it again soon too, like you said.
Thank you, Wendy Dio. Thank you, Brave Words. Thanks, Jack, for starting.
Yes, thanks, Tim and Wendy Dio. Yeah.
No, I mean, thank you to all you guys, man. The whole thing was awesome. The guys in the band, once again, Anthony, Sonic Boom, Brave Words, Wendy Dio. The whole thing really, really was so freaking cool, and it really is family. I felt like I was hanging out with my family that whole day. It really was so much fun, and and no matter where we do it, it always seems to be fun. Like Jack said, there's no drama. It's just a great time.
We're gonna start creating drama so it gets a little more interesting.
No, we don't do that.
Nah. I don't have patience for that.
Charlie said it the best. It's family, and everybody. It's a machine, and everybody's parts need to be there. All I want to say is, on behalf of you guys, my family, everyone's family, just be safe out there and take care of each other, man. Because it's tough times, and we gotta all stick together and get through this. And 2021 we'll all be out rocking again, and we don't have to have we can hit elbows, we can give high fives again. Much love. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody involved.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
All right.
I love you.
Thank you, man. Awesome.
Yeah,
Much love, guys.
Thanks, Jack. Thanks, Rich. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
We'll do it again soon, hopefully.
All right, cool.
Take it easy.
Night, guys.
Wash your hands.
All right.
Wash your hands.
Yes.
Wash your ass.
Wash your hands. After you wash your ass, wash your hands.
That's true.
Don't do it the other way around. It defeats the purpose.